বাংলাদেশের সঙ্গীতের জনপ্রিয়তার বড় একটি অংশ জুড়ে রয়েছে গান, যার মধ্যে হিন্দি সিনেমার গানের জনপ্রিয়তা ব্যাপক। 1931 সালে প্রথম হিন্দি সবাক চলচ্চিত্র আনোয়ারার মধ্য দিয়ে বলিউডে গানের অনুপ্রবেশ। এরপর থেকে হিন্দি সিনেমার গান বিশ্বজুড়ে জনপ্রিয়। আপনাদের কিছুটা সময় গানে গানে ভরিয়ে তুলতে আমি সিথি সাহা আবারও হাজির হয়ে গেলাম মাছরাঙা টেলিভিশনের বিশেষ সঙ্গীত আয়োজন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বা নিবেদিত শিথির অতিথি নিয়ে। সবসময়ের মতো আজও আমি আমার খুব পছন্দের একটি গান গাইব, তবে আজকে একটা হিন্দি গান গাইব এবং আমার সঙ্গে পিয়ানো প্লে করবে জন। জন, কেমন আছো?
হাই দিদি, আমি অনেক ভালো আছি। তুমি কেমন আছো?
আমি খুব ভালো আছি, খুব এক্সাইটেড, খুব পছন্দের এবং মজার একটি গান গাইবো আজকে। আমার বিশেষ একজন অতিথিও রয়েছে আজকে। চলো গানটা ট্রাই করি।
ওকে।
बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो श्याम रंग बुम्बरो, बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो श्याम रंग बुम्बरो, आई हो किस बगिया से हो तुम। बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो श्याम रंग बुम्बरो, बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो श्याम रंग बुम्बरो, आई हो किस बगिया से हो तुम। भवरे ओ शाम भवरे खुशियों को साथ लाए, मेहंदी की रात में तुम लेके सौगात आए। भवरे ओ शाम भवरे खुशियों को साथ लाए, मेहंदी की रात में तुम लेके सौगात आए। ओ काजल का रंग लाए नजरें उतारने को, बागों से फूल लाए रस्ते संवारने को। हाँ, काजल का रंग लाए नजरें उतारने को, बागों से फूल लाए रस्ते संवारने को। आओ मेहंदी की चाहों में गीत सुनाए बुम्बरो, झूमे नाचे साज गाए जश्न मनाए बुम्बरो। बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो श्याम रंग बुम्बरो, बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो श्याम रंग बुम्बरो, आई हो किस बगिया से हो तुम। बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो, बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो, बुम्बरो हो बुम्बरो। অনেক ধন্যবাদ জন তোমাকে। ভালো থেকো, শীঘ্রই আবার দেখা হবে।
তোমাকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ দিদি। আগামী সপ্তাহে আবারও দেখা হবে। সুস্থ থেকো, ভালো থেকো।
যে গানটি গাইলাম, গানটির শিল্পী হচ্ছে বলিউডের সুকণ্ঠী প্লেব্যাক সিঙ্গার জসপিন্দর নারুলা। আমরা খুবই আনন্দিত এই গুণী শিল্পীকে আজকে আমরা শিথির অতিথির অতিথি হিসেবে পেয়েছি। Jaspinder ji, welcome to Shithir Otithi. How have you been?
Thank you very much. I'm great. I'm very good by the grace of God, and thank you for having me on your show. This was lovely to interact with you, and of course, it's good to when you have international people interviewing you. It's different because people over there, in Bangladesh especially, are going to watch this show, and it's nice to connect with them through these interviews, and I hope they're all doing fine in this COVID time. It's been really tough for all of us, and finally I think we are now getting out of those delicate part of it, that we went through. So now it's good to be, one-to-one, otherwise we've been doing things on live. So first time this is,
In the memory of Lataji, you have organized and dedicated a program known as Tribute to Nightingale. So, from the life of someone like Lata Mangeshkar, what is there we all have listened to learn?
There's so much to learn from Lataji. We have learned and still so much to learn. She was an institution. She was a college. She was a school. She was a guru, who people learned from her but have not given her anything back, you know. So which is actually I feel, you know, we should give her a tribute now that she's not with us. जैसे घर में कोई चला जाता है, घर का कोई मेन कोई चला जाता है, I felt like that. I felt like मेरी मम्मी पापा, I lost them in 2020, and it just felt that they've gone again, you know, one more time. So it was really sad.
Do you have any plan of releasing new song recently?
Yes, I have been releasing. Even in COVID, I had lots of songs that I did. I did devotional, I did Punjabi, I did Hindi, I did on COVID, I did a few songs that there were many singers who sang, you know. So a few of those numbers I did, and it was featuring also all the artists. And recently I've done a beautiful Punjabi number, and which just got released, and there is another one coming that I just shot, so which will be releasing shortly. And I have many other on my platter, so one by one, let's see what comes next.
And you are here among us today. We are really happy, and you have given us so many hit songs, I would say. And I don't want to miss the chance to hear from you face to face, of course. So what are you going to sing now for me?
हो रांझे मजियां चरायां, रांझे मजियां चरायां, डोली ले गए ने खेड़ वे लग गए नैन अवेड़े, हो लग गए नैन अवेड़े वे लग गए नैन अवेड़े, सबकी बाराती आई डोली तू भी लाना, सबकी बाराती आई डोली तू भी लाना, दुल्हन बना के हमको राजा जी ले जाना, सबकी बारातें आई।
আমরা কথা বলছি, গান শুনছি, আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন উপমহাদেশের বিখ্যাত সঙ্গীত শিল্পী Jaspinder Narula. Jaspinder ji, we all knows about your musical career, but apart from this, we also interested to know about your personal life. So I have few questions for you. You were born in Delhi, so are you residing in Delhi pretty much?
No, I reside in Bombay. I moved to Bombay. I was in Canada I came back from Canada in 1995, and since after that I actually moved to Bombay for my work, and I was not keen on staying in Delhi after that. But I still have house. My parents were there all these years, and I used to go perform, stay with my parents, come back. But now that they've left, so the house is shut, and I still go because I've got my roots in there. So I meet my friends, my family, my distant relatives, close relatives. They're all in Delhi. My school mates, my college mates, they're all in Delhi. Yes.
Is there any difference between the lifestyle of Mumbai and Delhi?
India has so much, it's not funny because after every few hours of your drive, not few hours, it's, I would say, few miles, the state changes, and then the language changes, the food changes, the attire changes, so there's so much. And the whole of India has so much to explore. अभी तक तो मैंने भी इंडिया में सब कुछ नहीं देखा है. I've seen so much of India. I've traveled so much in and out, but yet to explore so much of India.
What sort of lifestyle you personally prefer?
I personally prefer, well, being a so-called celebrity, you know, it's a different life. And we also like to lead a simple life. And, you know, whenever I get a chance, when I come to know there are, wherever I go, if there are any temples or, you know, some historical, you know, monuments, something. I love nature and I love history. I love, I'm religious, so I love to go to those temples and, you know, pray. I think we are same as anybody else, a simple human.
And who are the members of your family?
I have my partner, my husband, and my son. I have a beautiful sister, her family. I had two mothers, so one is gone in 2020, and my biological mom is still alive. She has been a very fabulous singer of her times, so she's there. So.
And I have so many things to know from you, but now I want to hear another song that is my favorite, Akhiyo Se Goli Mare.
Oh my God. अपने दीवाने का कर दे बुरा हाल रे, ये अखियों से गोली मारे, लड़की कमाल रे, यूं अखियों से गोली मारे, लड़की कमाल रे, ये अखियों से गोली मारे.
And thank you so much for singing this song. I'm going back to my questions. How do you pass your leisure time?
First of all, I don't get that much time to just pass like that, you know, watching. But I love watching old films, old movies, Hindi movies, old English movies, some old series, English series, and I'm very fond of, if I get time. Otherwise, I'm busy with prayers and my exercise, yoga, all these things. And if I get time, then I go out with my friends and have maybe, I don't drink coffee, tea, but something, you know, just a little munching or a dinner out, or maybe shopping sometimes if the malls are open. So in 2 years we've really forgotten what the things were like. So now we're getting back to normal. So that's what I do.
Are you very choosy about your makeup, attire and food?
Yes, I'm very choosy, very picky. My God. Yes, I'm one of those who doesn't eat to live. You know, I enjoy food. So I live for food. I don't, you know, so I love to eat good things, tasty things. Of course, I also believe in good stuff, which is good for our body. So I have a very balanced diet. So I keep track of what I eat. But food has to be tasty. Otherwise, I can skip my meal.
Who is your closest friend, like with whom you can share everything?
I always feel God is my best friend. And after God, my husband is my best friend.
And how would you like to entertain yourself apart from music?
As I told you, I love exploring. So new places. I love wildlife, as I said. So I would just, you know, make a plan and get out. Love driving. love to go on long drives. So me and my husband, we just try and.
Thank you so much, and I would love to hear another song from you. So, what do you want to sing now?
तेरे बिन एक पल दिल नहीं ओ लगदा दिल नहीं ओ लगदा देख लो एक झलक हाँ देख लो एक झलक आ जब आवे जा तेरे बिन एक पल दिल नहीं ओ लगदा दिल नहीं ओ लगदा
আমরা কথা বলছি, গান শুনছি, আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন উপমহাদেশের বিখ্যাত সঙ্গীত শিল্পী, বলিউডের সুকণ্ঠী প্লেব্যাক সিঙ্গার Jaspinder Narula. Back in 50s, your father Kesar Singh Narula was a composer. Did you inherit your musical journey through your dad?
Of course, I did through my dad and my mom, both, because my mom was very musical. She was, and I always feel that when I was in her womb, I learned music. At that time, I started learning. I heard good people. I heard Lata ji, I heard Asha ji, Rafi Saab, all these legendary singers. Even from Pakistan, mom used to hear good singers. So I think I heard all of them, and that taste, when I was born, the taste was so different. When I started listening to music and singing music, actually shocking for people, because at that age when I was a child, listening to such numbers was used to amaze people.
And you used to sing bhajan and Sufi gharana songs. How did you step into movie industry?
No, that was one genre of mine. It wasn't that I only sang that. I used to sing everything. I started singing. I was born with music, by God's grace. So I was born to sing everything, and I sang everything. At that age, I used to sing Western music. I used to sing Punjabi. I used to sing ghazals. I used to sing pop. When the time came, there was pop music. I did a lot of pop music. Disco. When time came, there was a lot of disco music. I sang that as well. And my records are there with his master voice. So I never, it wasn't that, I was into only devotional.
And do you have to struggle to establishing yourself going from Delhi to Mumbai?
It wasn't that difficult. I got through good channels, through good people that I knew. So Anupji was one of them. Jagjit ji was one of them. And I knew Anu Malik. I met him also. I knew a lot of people in the industry. So they helped me. And I think it was time to, for a different journey. So via, like it just happened. So whenever I would go to any music director, so they already knew who I was, where I was coming from. But when they heard me, everybody just said only one thing, that where were you all these days? So that was the best part, and I got work one after the other.
Back in 2008, you have done your PhD from Delhi University on Hindustani classical music. Like, why you were so much into classical music?
Classical is base of our music. So classical, I was learning classical at the age of 8. I started learning classical. That's why when I was in Delhi University trying to finish my education, at that time my Guruji and my dad both had a dream that I should become a doctor. So not doctor MBBS, but doctor, I should do my doctorates in my subject, in my music. So that's what I did. And it took me long because I was very busy. My life changed. I had to change country, go to a different country. And so my education was actually, there was a halt in between. So it took me some time to revive it and, finish it. Yeah.
And I would really like to know, what was your first playback and how was the experience?
My first song that I sang was for Navketan Films. That film was Master, and that break was given to me by Viju Shah, the music director, Kalyanji Bhai's son. When he heard me, Kalyanji Bhai knew me from before, and he wasn't working at that time. He was very fragile and sick, and he was not working and he was home. So when I met him and when I spoke to him, he just said one thing to me. He said, "Now I'm not working, so I'll introduce you to my son, and he's doing a lot of work." So then that's how he introduced me to Viju Bhai, and Viju Bhai was kind enough. When he heard me, he was really thrilled, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna look for something." And he called me in weeks' time, and then he asked me to sing a song for him, for Navketan. And he also said to me, he said, if they have any problem with your voice or anything, then you don't mind, please, we might have to dub. I said, no problem, you can do it. But I was very sure it's not going to happen. And that song really went well, and it was with Kumar Shanu. So it was first time I sang with Shanuda and me.
What was the song?
That song was क्यों आज मेरा दिल मचलता है, हो किसके संभाले दिल संभलता है, सांसों में धड़कन, सांसों में हलचल, धड़कनों में शोर है, ये प्यार है बस कुछ नहीं ये और है, क्यों आज मेरा दिल मचलता है.
Thank you so much for singing this song. In 1998, one of your song, that is Pyar To Hona Hi Tha, became so popular, and it has achieved the most prestigious award, Filmfare. Is that was your turning point of your career? What do you think?
Not turning point. Turning point to ho gaya tha from the first song that I sang. So that brought me beautiful songs one after the other. But yes, getting a Filmfare award is always considered as, that you've achieved something. So, in our industry, getting a Filmfare is like you get recognized. People know you now. Internationally, you're famous, and your song is through your song. So that was definitely that was a gift to me. Getting an award, not one, but I got 2-3 awards that year, one after the other. Yeah.
And from the very initial stage, you have worked with the most renowned music directors like Nadim Shraban, Jatin Lalit, Anu Malik, and many others. How did this help you to flourish your musical career?
See, in the industry, when you have to work with these people. At that time, they were the main music directors who were working, and doing very well. They had big names. So working with all the legendary music directors, all these big music directors was also a big experience, because everybody had their own color, their own style. Everybody gave me very different songs. So it was really nice working with all of them and experiencing the different type of music that, I sang, and those 90s ka jo time tha when I started singing in the industry, that has some beautiful memories with some beautiful numbers.
How was your experience working with the music directors from present industry?
It's fun too, working with the new talent, because they are also coming up with new ideas and new things, and sometimes it amazes me the way they work, because things have changed. It's not the same like how we did before.
Were you singing less frequently in the movie since 2015?
See, with the time, things have changed. Everything has changed. I think our lifestyles have changed. So there's nothing wrong, and we cannot expect the same kind of music coming out. People taste have changed, audiences have changed, so it's okay.
Who do you work most as a co-artist, and who would you like to sing more in coming day?
Before, I worked with Sonu and Sukhwinder a lot. We had lots of songs together, Sonu Nigam and me, and Sukhwinder.
And back in 2014, you have joined the party called Aam Aadmi. Why you got yourself engaged into politics?
Well, it's nothing wrong to get engaged in politics, but one should know how to play politics. That's a difficult part for an artist to be in. It's a different line altogether. We are artists, we're very sensitive and different people. So politicians are different, and from how they work, maybe their whole work is different from the artistic. I'm talking about the artistic point of view, that we are artists, born artists. But yes, at that time there was Aam Aadmi was coming, and someone approached me, and they said if we would love you to join, and but then very soon I came to know that no, it's not my cup of tea, at least not at that time when I was. But when I'm ready, I will definitely try and work for my country, and if I can be of any use to my Matrabhumi, I will definitely do something.
It's just like out of curiosity, out of all the songs you sang so far, which 5 songs you will prefer as top 5?
Difficult. I also don't remember. I have a career of almost 48 years now, and I have sung thousands of songs, so I can't remember right now when you ask me. But yes, a few of the songs that are very close to my heart is the first song that I sang was Bule Shah's Kafi. Then Dama Dama Skalanda was sung by me in India, and that too at the age of 8. So that's very close to my heart. And if you talk about the film industry, I have sung hundreds of songs. Out of those, Pyar To Hona has been my favorite baby, and they are my babies, so I always say this, okay, they are my babies, and maa ko pucha jaye ki which is your favorite baby is difficult to answer. So there's one song I had sung from film Diwani. That's also one of my very favorite songs. Many other, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again, and I would like to hear another song from you now. Which one you want to sing?
अखियाँ लाया तेरा सुनाया, अखियाँ लाया तेरा सुनाया मिलदे आसान वही पै गईयां जुदायां अखियां लाया तेरा सुनाया अखियां लाया तेरा सुनाया.
Thank you so much once again for singing my favorite one. I have few more questions for you. You just have to answer yes or no. It's like rapid fire. The first question, have you ever thought to engage yourself with any other profession apart from music?
Yes. I started a restaurant, a cafe, a few years back, and it really did very well. My family had restaurants, so I always wanted to have a good restaurant where good food is served. So that of course has been always on my mind.
Did any of your family members oppose to enhance your career path in Bollywood music?
No.
You wanted to sing for a movie but you couldn't. Have you ever faced this sort of situation?
No.
Did you have any sort of disagreement in this industry while working?
Yes.
And do you have any regret for not having the opportunity to work with any music director?
Yes.
Do you feel sad like when a good song track don't get the popularity as per your expectation?
Yes.
Do you feel jealous for any specific artist?
No. Never.
Did you fall in love in Bollywood with anyone?
No. Never.
And do you watch movies?
Yes.
Do you get time to listen to Bengali music?
Too much.
Really?
Now for me.
আমার স্বপ্ন তুমি ওগো চিরদিনের সাথী আমার স্বপ্ন তুমি ওগো চিরদিনের সাথী তুমি সূর্য ওঠা ভোর আমার আর তারার ভরা রাতি আমার স্বপ্ন তুমি ওগো চিরদিনের সাথী.
Thank you so much for singing this song. Didn't you feel the interest to sing in Bengali movies?
I've always I have sung in lots of Bengali movies, but even 2 years ago I had sung before the COVID. I think I did a song for some Bengali film.
Or do you understand Bengali?
Bengali is my favorite language. It's my favorite language. I'm still learning. I'm trying to learn so that I can fluently speak Bengali. I also sing. I listen to Bengali music a lot, and I'm always open to it.
Did you have any sadness like which you have suppressed but couldn't share with anybody?
I think everybody goes through something or the other. Life is not all about bed of roses. It has also thorns in it. So it's mixed life always. And yes, I have gone through a lot in my life. As I said, I've always been on a roller coaster. So I have had a life like that. But it's okay. My people always say you are open book. You don't keep anything in heart. You just say it, and that's Jaspinder. So I feel sometimes I feel I shouldn't have told, but then I feel it's okay. It's fine.
Did you get everything what you have expected and desired in your life?
yet there are some things I'm still waiting.
Thank you so much. This was all my questions for you, and we are almost end of this show. Before we leave, I would love to hear another song from you and a few words for my audience.
Thank you everyone for having me on this show, and thanks to Shithir especially, who came all the way. And it's wonderful to interact with her and share my life, my stories. Someday, soon we'll see you in Bangladesh, and 2 lines of Halka Halka Surur. ये जो हल्का हल्का सुरूर है, ये तेरी नज़र का कसूर है कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया, कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया। ये जो हल्का 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 हल्का, ये जो हल्का हल्का सुरूर है, ये तेरी नज़र का कसूर है कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया, कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया, कि शराब पीना सिखा दिया।
Thank you so much for being here today among us, and once again good wishes for you from me and on behalf of Maasranga Television. You take care always. আপনারা দেখছিলেন মাছরাঙা টেলিভিশনের বিশেষ সঙ্গীত আয়োজন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বা নিবেদিত শিথির অতিথি। আমরা কথা বলছিলাম, গান শুনছিলাম। আমাদের সঙ্গে ছিলেন উপমহাদেশের বিখ্যাত সঙ্গীত শিল্পী জসপিন্দর নারুলা। আগামী সপ্তাহে আবারও আপনাদের পছন্দের কোনো এক শিল্পী নিয়ে আমি হাজির হয়ে যাব। সেই পর্যন্ত আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন, নিরাপদে থাকবেন এবং প্রতি শনিবার রাত 10:30টায় শিথির অতিথি দেখবেন।
শিথির অতিথি।